My grandfather decided to name this wine from a friend of him. When he was a child at the beginning of the century, uh, there still were some bandits, few of them, but there were. And the last of the Montalcino bandits was Bruscone. He was not a real mm, killer. He just was a thief.
Stole chicken here, or a
Chickens
pig
and
there.
yes, ham maybe, and some bottles of wine.
He was a
So
bon vivant.
yes, yes. Um, but he was friend of a real killer, Baike. He killed 5 people, and he was a murderer, really. And but he didn't know, but both of them loved the same woman, and she was Rosa. She lived in Podere il Fiore, from which comes the name of Vina del Fiore, and she was married, but
Where this is Italy. We're talking about Italy
it was a
here.
detail. It was a
A
detail.
very minor detail.
Yeah, and
Brusco stole hearts too.
Brusco was a very hard person, and he didn't know that even Baike loved her. And one night he find Baike with her girlfriend, and he killed him. And so he was aware that he obtained the grace, but he never walked. And so the judge asked to my grandfather, he was the rector of the university, he was an important person of the community, to, to find something for these people. And so he became the hunter of my house, and he teached to hunt to my grandfather, to my mother, and he was responsible of the dogs, hunting dogs. And he lived very well in a small house, hunting and going some knowing very well the women of the of the factory. And since when he was 80, unfortunately, in that period after the war, it was not people could not accept of a person which lived free, alone in a small hut. They wanted to help him. He didn't want to be helped, but they wanted. And they decided to put him in a house for retired people. He didn't want to go there absolutely. And so they arrived there with the carabinieri. They took him in, it was August, and they washed him for the first time in his life. And after 2 days, he died of pneumonia. It was
It's a very sad story.
a very sad story, but he was a popular hero. And my grandfather decided to name this wine from him because it's a strong wine, very intense and very dark, even if it is a Sangiovese.